Hello everyone. So next we are going to discuss the fourth module. So it is 8051 timers and serial port. So next, so these are the things we are going to discuss. Operation assembly language programming to generate the pulse using mode 1, SQR using mode 2 on the port pin, 8051 serial communication, basic of serial data communication, RS-232 standard 9-pin RS-232 signal, simple serial port program in assembly and C to transmit message to receive and data serially. So we are going to see one by one. So as we know, 8051 has two timers or counters. So same thing like this one part can be used as a timer or it can be used as a counter. So timers to generate the time delay and counters to count the events happening, right? So whatever the timer bar counter it is there, so it can be used as a timer or it can be used as a counter. So there are two timer bar counters we have. So both timer 0 and timer 1 are 16-bit. So we have two timers bar counters, so that two timers are counters like can be accessed using higher byte and lower byte, because as it is the size of this thing timer 0 or timer 1 is 16, but we can't because of the architecture 8051 microcontroller we can access it directly. So they have, we can separately access them as lower byte and higher byte. So we are going to see it next. So you can see here, so it is called as a TL0 and TH0, TL1 and TH1. So this is timer 0's configuration and this is a timer 1's configuration. So the lower byte of the register is called TL0, TL1. So this is lower byte, so this is higher byte. And how it is accessed is normally as you access them any other instruction, move TL0, 4FH. So you are sending 4FH, in the sense how it is going to configure is TL0 is loaded to the 4FH, in the sense it is for these 4 bits are F, means 1111, and 4 in the sense 0100. So this is how it is going to access the it is going to have the configuration for any of the register TL0 to TL0, TH0, TL1 and TH1. So next, both timers and timers 0 and 1 use the same register called T mode. So to configure this timer 0 and timer 1, we have a T mode register. So this is called as in timer mode. So to set them in a various modes, like we have different modes to operate. So we are going to say them. We are going to see what are the different modes. T mode is a 8-bit register. So the lower 4 bits are for timer 0 and upper 4 bits are for the timer 1, right? So this is a 8-bit register. So as you can see here, so these 4 bits these 4 bits what you can see, so this is for timer 0, and these 4 bits whatever you can see, this is for the timer 1, right? So if you want to configure the timer 0, this has to be configured here, and if you want to configure the timer 1, it has to be configured here, right? Then in each case, the lower 2 bits are used for the set the timer mode, upper 2 bits specify the operation, right? So these two lower bits set the timer mode, so in which mode it is going to operate, that will be set here, and these two bits specify the its operation, what kind of operation it has to perform. It will be indicated through these two bits, right? So next we are going to see the various modes and its operation. So this is timer 0 and this is timer 1, M0 and M1. So these will specify the different modes and these will specify the different operations. We are going to see one by one, right? So M0, M1, 0, 0, right? So this is a mode 0. So we have the 4 modes totally: mode 0, mode 1, mode 2 and mode 3, right? How it is going to set? It is going to set as 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, right? So when it is mode 0, it will be a 13-bit timer mode, right? So it is a 13-bit timer mode. Whether it is for timer 0 or whether it is for timer 1, it is not going to matter. But when you set 0, 0 here, it is going to be a 13-bit timer mode, right? So what will happen here? So here it is a 8-bit timer bar counter. So THX with TLX as a 5-bit prescaler, right? So how it is, this total 13-bit are divided. So 8 bit for the timer bar counter and 5 bits for the prescaler, right? Then 0 1. So in this we are going to discuss these things in detail, but for now we are going to see in brief how they are going to be done. So 0 0 1, m0 is 1 and m1 is 0, so that time it's a 16-bit timer mode. Then m0, when it is 1 0, it is a 8-bit auto reload mode. When it is 1 1, it is a split timer mode, right? So these are the different modes how we are going to work with our timer or counters. Then about this one, so this is gate control. When set, timer bar counter is enabled only when the interrupt pin is high and the transmission control pin is set. When cleared, the timer is enabled whenever the transmission control bit is set, right? So this gate is a control bit, and this C comma T, in the sense it is going to take your timer bar counter as a timer or a counter, right? So this is how we are going to make the different modes for our timer or counter. So we are going to see in detail further, but this is for just a review. So they have given some of the examples here. So in this case, it is to check in which mode it is going to operate. So indicate which mode is which mode and which timer it selected, so that will be mentioned here. So these are the solutions given for this. So when you here first it is given as 01H, so T mode is loaded with the 01H, in the sense it is working in a mode 1. So as we know from the previous, so 01 in the sense it is a mode 1. Then 20H in the sense it is a mode 2, and it is timer 1 is selected, right? So here it is these bits and these bits will decide the mode and the timer, right? So T mode, this value, that is 12H. So here it is mode 2 and timer 0, and mode 1 of a timer 1 are selected, right? So if you can just refer this table, then it will be clear how these things are obtained, right? So similarly, here is one more example. Find the timer's clock frequency and its period for various raised-by-1 based system with a crystal frequency of 11.0592 MHz when counter by timer bit of T mode is 0, right? So here we need to divide it by 12, right? So because we know the basic concept where the total pulses are divided into 6 phases in the sense to the total 12. That's why we need to divide the total clock frequency by 12, right? So if we just divide it, then it is going to give the time period of 1.085 microseconds. Okay, so there are further things we are going to discuss in next video.